Okay, so today we're going to take a look at a different way of solving. We are going to solve by rearranging or isolating x. The first thing I want you to do is pause the video to do the warm up based on yesterday's lesson or the previous lesson where we asked you to solve by factoring. So pause the video and do question A and B to solve these two by factoring. Okay, so hopefully you didn't have any issues solving. If you did, go back to the previous lesson and give those a try or post a discussion question on the discussion board. So this first question here, I'm going to go ahead and factor it. So I get 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3, because I have a difference of squares. It's still set equal to 0. And then when I go ahead and solve for each of these brackets, set equal to 0, I end up with x is equal to negative 3 over 2 for this one. And this one here, I have 2x minus 3 equals 0. So x is equal to 3 over 2 when I rearrange that one. So I have my two solutions there. For question B, I'm going to go ahead and factor out 5x, leaving me with x plus 5 equals 0. So when I solve for this, I have 5x equals 0, which gives me x equals 0, and x plus 5 equals 0, which gives me x is equal to negative 5. Okay, so we're going to discuss an alternate solution for question A. When I look at question A, hang on a second here. When I look at question A, I can see only one instance of x, okay? So I have this x squared here, so I could actually move things around to get x by itself. For question B, I have this x squared, but plus this other x, so it's not possible for me to move things around over here to isolate x or get x by itself. But for A, we could definitely solve this a little bit differently, and that's what we're gonna focus on today. So let's just go ahead and take a look at that alternate solution for A. So we started off again with 4x squared minus 9 equals 0. Because there's only that one instance of x, I can move this negative 9 to the other side. So I get 4x squared is equal to positive 9. And then I can divide both sides by 4. So I get x squared is equal to 9 over 4. And remember, when I have an equation and I square root both sides, I will always have a positive or a negative solution for x. So when I square root both sides, I'm going to have plus or minus the square root of 9 over 4, which gives me positive or negative 3 over 2, which is what I got in the warm-up. So again, looking back at question B, I can't move things around to get x by itself, but for question A, I can. So I want you to notice the difference between those two. Okay, so a little part to put in your notes here is that when we are isolating x, or we also call it solving by rearranging, it can't be done when a quadratic equation is in standard form, okay, or factored form. Now, standard form, question A, we could say that it was in standard form, so it kind of depends. Again, we're looking for that one instance of x, okay? So basically, if a quadratic equation is in vertex form, we're going to have that one instance of x, or just if there is a standard form where there is only one instance of x, I'm just going to write there's only one x or x squared, then it's possible to solve by isolating x. Okay, so for example, if I had, x minus 2 squared minus 9 equals 0, this is in vertex form. I can move things around to get x by itself. Another example is if I have, 3x squared minus 7 is equal to 4. I only have one instance of x, so I can move things around. Okay, so here's kind of the two examples of things we can look at. Okay, so let's go through some examples now where we solve by isolating x. For these ones, we're going to leave our answers exact, so we are not going to give answers with decimals. But as part of your homework, you might be asked to find approximations with decimals, and that's okay too. So let's start off with question A. So we can see it looks like that vertex form type of equation. So I can move things around to solve for x. So I'm going to start by moving that -4 to the other side. So I get x minus 7 squared is equal to +4. So this is the time where I square root both sides. So I know, again, I'm going to have a positive and a negative answer. So I'm going to have x minus 7 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4. Okay, so I square root both sides. I have a positive or negative solution. So then I get x minus 7 is equal to plus or minus 2. And then lastly, I'm going to bring over that -7 to the other side. So I get x is equal to 7 plus or -2. So here I have my two answers. My first answer is x is equal to 9. That's the 7 plus 2. And my other answer is equal to has x equal to 5, where I have 7 minus 2. Okay, so that's how we can rearrange. Let's take a look at this next one here. So example B. So I have 2x minus 1 squared minus 11 equals 5. We can see that I have that binomial squared. It kind of reminds me of that vertex form, although we have an extra constant on the other side, but that's okay. We can still move things around to get x by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is move that -11 to the other side. So I get 2 bracket x minus 1 squared is equal to 16, 5 plus 11. The next thing I need to do is divide both sides by 2. So I'm going to have x minus 1 squared is equal to 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So I square root both sides. So I get x minus 1 is equal to plus and negative root 8. So I can't square root 8. The question asked me to leave answers as exact, so I'm not going to change this to a decimal. I'm just going to leave it as square root 8. Then I move the 1 to the other side, so I get x is equal to 1 plus or minus root 8. So this is my exact answer, okay? If you wanted to write out your two separate answers, that's fine. One of them would be x is equal to 1 plus root 8, and the other one is x is equal to 1 minus root 8. And certainly you can punch that into your calculator to find a decimal approximation, but these are our exact answers. Okay, so last question here. So we don't have that kind of vertex form situation, but we do have that one instance of x. So I'm going to move things around to get that x by itself. The first thing I'm going to do is move that 84 to the other side. So I get negative 2x squared is equal to negative 90. And then I'm going to divide by -2. So I get x squared is equal to positive 45. Then I'm going to square root both sides. So I get x is equal to plus or minus root 45. Okay, so therefore x is equal to square root 45 and x is equal to negative square root 45. Okay, and those are my two answers. So this lesson shouldn't be very complicated. It's just kind of recognizing when we can use rearranging or isolating x to solve for x.